Billions on billions on billions on billions.
Had a conversation not too long ago asking, what would you like to know? And that person said, hey, what about ETFs for income? What about ETFs that pay out good enough returns that you can use it for income? So I had to look at gold. Okay. Now this is gold. Um, in the US dollar, meaning the price on the right side is the actual price for a full ounce of the actual gold. But you can trade the gold ETF. So, first off, just a little bit of information. Each candlestick represents time, and right now we're on the monthly. So, each candlestick represents a month. Okay. Now, at the bottom of the screen, you can see the dates here, and on the right side of the screen, the price. All right. So in 2020, if we had bought a full bullion, an ounce of gold, we would have paid right at, and I'm looking to the right. Well, right now, I'm going to let you know it's November. It's right after Thanksgiving. So let's look at November of 2020. Here we go. And gold closed right at about $1,882. Okay. So if you would have bought a full ounce of gold in November 2020, $1,800. And then when we look at gold today, it is $4,200. So if I take this little measuring stick there, it's a little ruler, go back to November. And we're going to just measure this out. All right. Gold has moved 122%. All right. 122%. But let's say you didn't have 1,800 then or now. You would want to trade, and I didn't mean to laugh. It's just, it can happen. Um, this is kind of where gold broke out. You can trade the gold ETF, and that is GLD. And if you don't know where we are on tradingview.com. This is a free website that allows you to track and chart stocks, futures, funds, forex, crypto, indices, bond, different things like that. All right. So on the GLD, I'm still on the monthly candles. And GLD is the gold shares. You can buy this with pretty much any broker um, that follows gold. Okay, so this is an ETF, a gold ETF that you can purchase, invest in, trade options with, so forth. So we're going to go and find how much one share of gold shares in November of 2020. Here we are. And looking to the right, it was $177.19. So if we would have bought one share, $177.19, and now today it is worth $387. So it should have pretty much the same move as gold, which was 127%, 130%. Did I get it? It's right at 115. Still over 100% return. Let's make sure I put it on there, but still over 100% return, which lets you know that you don't have to purchase, the full share of gold, I'm sorry, ounce of gold in order to participate in gold's movement. Okay. And I'm going to just draw the exact same breakout. This is where gold basically came up, could not break, could not break, could not break, finally broke. And I'm looking at the bottom. This was Friday, March the 1st, 2024. And gold has been going up ever since. Again, this is the GLD share. And one share would be $387 today. So you are purchasing it at a higher price. You would definitely want it to kind of pull back to the last breakout at least, which would be around $312. It would be lovely if it came back down to 2024 prices, but you cannot always bet on prices to come all the way back down. And here's another area where we had some resistance and finally had a break above February 2025. So it can also come back to 250. So my advice with a lot of the ETFs, if your market is already at all-time highs, start thinking of cost dollar averaging, meaning if I have $1,000 to invest, I would probably only buy $100 or 150 here because I'm expecting it to come back down to at least 312. Okay, and at 387 to 312, that's a pretty big gap. So it may take some time. It may continue up before it comes down. So you can definitely buy into, but you do not want to put a large position size, like less than 25. You want to have patience, okay? You want to have patience. This is 3 months of price action. So it may take 3 months of price action or more to bring the price back down. But if you just, want to get a position started, a very, very small amount at all time highs. Okay. And that is how you trade ETFs for income, whether they're ETFs or they're actual stocks, is once you have a whole share, you move as if you are the share. Okay. So today, gold shares went up $4.76, which is 1.24% of the overall. So if you have two shares, you would have made a little over $8 or $9 today, not doing anything. But if you had been buying in, back here, these shares would have compound interest, and by you dollar cost averaging in, you are compounding your returns. So even though it went up only $4 because you got in earlier and you're steadily adding, you would have been up way more than, $4 in your account. So I absolutely am going to come back with another ETF, but this was the first one on the list. So I wanted to make sure that I got it out to you guys, and that is Gold Shares GLD. If you want a bonus, SLV follows silver. And as you can see, silver is up. All right, so let me remove those drawings. Silver is also cheaper than gold, so it's at $50 a share right now. And going back to November, it was about $24. Okay, so that's like a full 100% return on your money. And with it being only $24, you could have purchased multiple shares of silver and made a lot of money without doing anything but purchasing, silver in the backdrop. So SLV follows silver. TradingView allows you to chart and follow your favorite ETF, trust, or stock. And if you guys have any questions or any comments, anything at all, you guys let me know. And I am here for you.